Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading for the 4th of May to the 10th of May 2020. This is a general reading and may not resonate with everybody. It's a weekly reading, so it's just a quick overview, and it is just to bring through some guidance for you. Now, the overall energy for your week, the Aquarius, is nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon. Okay. So we'll see a little bit more of what that's about as we pull the cards and see how your week is going to flow, Aquarius. Right, okay. So nothing will come of this situation. So that could be that, that if there is some worry on your mind there, Aquarius, then you're wondering if something will happen that you maybe are not prepared for, or not wanting something to happen, or you're a bit, confused about it. But the rest of the cards will give us some indication what this is about. Okay, so let's get some clarity on that. Alright, so the overall energy for your reading is the 7 of Swords. So this is saying there, Aquarius, that you are moving out of a situation where you haven't been able to trust. And so, if we're looking at the nothing will come of this situation, then you may have invited something into your life that you were, a bit dubious about. You were questioning whether it was the right thing or they were the right person, or the situation was the right situation, and this is saying that you're going to be moving out of that. So there's definitely that strong vibration of clarity and 2020 vision coming through, which is great. And here we have the card that is crossing you. Now this is the 7 of Wands. Now you've been fighting for some justice, but you're basically sick of the fighting. You're sick of even venturing into any sort of confrontation. So, you are just walking away from the whole situation. Yep, had enough. Out of there. Out of there, out of there. Okay, so your mindset for this week is the 4 of Pentacles. So, you were trying to make something happen. Maybe you were trying to bring some resources in. You're wanting to bring some, abundance in, some income, whatever it is. We've got the coins there. But you really just, you're tired of that as well. So it would seem that something that you were taking on, or a venture that you were looking into, or something that you were venturing down that path towards, and you're in your mind, you've had enough. You really have had enough of whatever that situation is there, Aquarius. You're definitely moving away from there. And here we have the 10 of Pentacles, and this is in reverse. So, even though you have wanted to bring in whatever it was, that abundance, that the riches, the, manifestation of something quite big, this is saying that you have got to the end of that cycle, that you have actually, you will be moving away from that. It's kind of like a done deal that's not done, and you're just walking away from it. You've sought advice, but you haven't really felt as if that has been, in your best favour, or been, in your best interest. So, with the 10, we have a end of a cycle, but we have a new beginning. So let's see where that takes us. So you could be moving away from something quite forcefully there, Aquarius. Okay, so in the past, you were actually trying to, create something really, really special. You were wanting to do it so that it benefited a lot of people. You were just building your empire. You were building, up what meant a lot to you, and it was all just about building up that business, that project, that even family situation, whatever it is that you've been working at that, and that has been a focus for you. Okay, so what's coming up in the immediate future? We have the Ace of Swords. or the One of Swords in this case. So, you know, there is some ideas that are coming through, and you're definitely been given, you know, there's a lot of messages coming from Spirit there, Aquarius. But you know, you're wanting to get those ideas, but you are still, you know, standing back a bit, sort of not trusting, there may be your own ideas, you know. Here it's, you know, definitely ideas flowing and communication flowing, and here we have it is that things have been a bit dark, a bit murky, like I said before, that, you know, where you couldn't really trust, and you wanted to move, you know, you're moving away from this energy, is that you still feel that you haven't got the right ideas, and that, you know, you're wondering whether you are on the right track. But this is definitely showing you are, because you've got, you know, you've got 2020 vision there with the eagle, you've got the wreath, so there's that victory wreath. You know, you definitely are on the right track. So as you move through the week, just gather more faith in yourself and what you are thinking. Great. And then we have you. So this is you, Aquarius, and you once again have found yourself in the middle of a fight. You are, you know, it's that competition, it's that, you know, that being uncompromising, you know, that not wanting to sort of meet someone halfway. It is really about who's going to be the victor in this. So there's a very competitive, uncompromising spirit there within you, energy there within you at the moment, Aquarius, which is not surprising, seeing as, you know, there has been something that's not quite right. So you've become a little weary and not wanting to open up completely and look at anything else but what you know to be the way to go. Now here you have the Nine of Cups. So this is wish fulfillment. So, you know, this is you in the environment, and, you know, what your purpose is, what your reason for doing what you're doing, and what you're heading towards is that you are wanting to have your wishes come true. You're wanting to bring in the, you know, the glory and the good times and the, you know, the abundance and everything that goes along with that. So you've been wishing for stuff, and you've been dreaming about it, and you've been waiting for it. And, you know, this is why you've been so protective, because you don't want to lose all that. You don't want to lose what you've gained. And so you're definitely, you know, you are at that point where your wishes can become fulfilled. And your hopes and fears. So we have the Ace or One of Wands here, Aquarius, which is very much projects are going to fly. They're going to launch. You're going to have the intellect, the ability to make things happen. You're going to be, you know, become very professional in your approach. You're going to be planning. You're going to be, you know, looking to see what you can bring together. So you're not going into this half-hearted, Aquarius. You're really, you know, you're really standing up this, you know, at the moment, and really saying, you know what, I know what I want, and I know what I'm wanting to bring into my life, or what I want to keep in my life, and I'm really going to make sure that that happens. So your hope is that there's a lot of strength behind there, and there definitely is if your thought patterns that way. Now here is your outcome. So lovely. That is very cool. So you're working away there. You may feel like you have been working away, and, you know, it has been a bit of a hard slog on your own. And, you know, if this way you hadn't manifested it, but this is saying it definitely manifested, you know, what you're wanting to bring through. So, you know, you definitely, once you move out of, you know, letting go of what this negative energy or frequency or vibration was at the beginning of the reading, you're definitely going to have cleared that, and you're going to have moved through into abundance, into realizing your dreams, into making, you know, this is hard work. This is definitely about hard work. This is the 8th day. This is abundance. This is power. This is really, you know, setting yourself up. So you've definitely done that, which is lovely. Now I'm just going to pull a couple of clarifiers to get a little bit more clarity on a couple of those cards here, and we'll see if we can get some more information for you. Okay, so let's look at, you know, this, what is the basis, or the overall energy of your reading there with the 7 of Swords. Let's pull a card for that and see what's coming out there. Oh, the Queen of Wands. Okay, yes. So you are, you know, you're able to decipher what is real and what is not, and who is real and who is not. And so the Queen of Wands could be that's an Aries energy. So it could be a fire sign. It could be an Aries. Perhaps they're in your life at the moment, and you're not sure whether they're the you know, kosher really and doing the right thing, and definitely it's that looking for loyalty, but it's looking also to be to that independence. So you may have been sort of swept up in something that or someone has been sort of been there and you've believed what they were doing, but this is saying that you're gaining back your independence from that, which is great. Okay, so let's have a look at the Seven of Wands, and of course that's all about, you know, taking on the fight and being successful, but it's in the reverse, so that's that walking away from the fight. So let's have a look. Let's have a little look and see what we can get, information we can get from there. Yes, so you're moving into a state of starting to build things on your, but you're doing them on your own. So you and this is the Virgo energy. So, you know, there may be a Virgo that's coming in to help you start to work things out and to figure out what's going on. And, yeah, so there's that steady progress. It's slow progress, but it is steady progress. And you're definitely, it's in the action of sorting things out financially. All right, so then we've got the Ten of Coins down here at the basis of your reading. And that's to do with, you know, the abundance or not, you know, walking away from it. And what we have here is that you're going to get some messages coming through, and you're going to have greater insight into what this is, you know, what is really going on here. So who you can trust and who you can't trust. Now, you might have found that you have had to go to somebody who has some authority as far as money goes, maybe, you know, maybe a businessman, maybe, you know, or businesswoman, somebody who knows what they're doing, and you're seeking advice because, you know, this hasn't quite worked out how you thought it would have. But those messages that you're going to get are going to come through very loud and clear, and as we know, this is where you're accomplishing, you're successful at the end of the reading. So whatever messages are coming through are really going to help you work out what you need to do for your next steps going forward. You got the 8, which is the power number there. Okay, so let's have a look at the Five of Swords, which was you. And the Five of Swords being confrontational, conflict, fighting. But here somebody's, you know, somebody's given in and is down, and they're not out, but they're down definitely. So let's see. Okay, yes, so we've got the Five of Wands here. So yes, so you're in a fighting place at the moment in this week, Aquarius. You may find that there is a little bit of conflict and a little bit of confrontation going on, and you're having to fight for what you believe in, definitely. But, you know, that's all good because you've got, you know, you know what you want and you know how to go about it, and you're very strong in your approach. You know, you're very strong in the way that you know, that you're taking on what the situation that was going on before. So, you know, if there was a bit of, you know, skullduggery with the old financial side of things, you know, maybe somebody was trying to, you know, do you out of some money or investments or something like that, you're definitely seeing through it, and you're you know, growing stronger each day as far as moving away from that. Okay, so just going to pull the last one for the 8 of Coins and see what we've got there. Yes, so here we have the Four of Swords. So while you're working really, really hard and you've been putting in a lot of effort there, Aquarius, this is asking you just to take some time out. Really, you know, look after yourself and nurture who you are and the power that you have, because if you're not looking after you, nobody's looking after you. So definitely, yep, keep working away at it, and you are getting there, but give yourself some time out. You know, that's going to benefit you immensely. Okie doke. So, right, we come to this. Nothing will come of this situation. So, yes, as we come back to what started here, is that whoever or whatever was presented to you definitely wasn't a good scheme. So maybe a scheme was, you know, somebody said, oh, here's a scheme, you make some money, this is all going to work out well, you know, trust me. No. It's saying don't trust, and it's also saying seek some advice, and you will find some messages coming through very quickly that will allow you to make the right decision, because you are not going to, you need to know where you're at. And it may be a fight to get out of that, but you know what you want, and you have the strength to do it. And you'll be working alone potentially, because you'll be doing it on your own, because at least then you know who you can trust. Because if you're doing it, then you know it's going to happen. And your basis, what you're doing before in the past was that you're trying to build a better future for yourself and for others. Okay, so we're just going to pull the last card, and here we have us, we've got 19, which is Naz, and feel loved and proud. Yes. So, strong energy, you're on the right track. Some people might not like the decisions you're going to make this week, or you may really upset some people. You may find that you're feeling a little bit sort of like, well, who's on my side now? But this is telling you that there's plenty of support out there. You will have people taking your side. They'll have your back, and they're going to say, yes, we believe in you, we support you in whatever decision you want to make. We know that you're going to make the right one, and we're glad that you're there and you're doing all this. So very, very nice energy for your week of the 4th to the 10th of May there, Aquarius. Well, I hope you have you enjoy that week, and and the victory that is to come at the end of that, and really pull on that, that competition side of you, that uncompromising side of the Aquarius, and just be you. Because, this is what this is really telling me, and what is coming through from Spirit is that you weren't being you, that you weren't even sure about it. Whatever it was, you weren't even sure about it. You didn't even know if you wanted to go down that route. And you were just sort of going along with it, but you weren't feeling right. There was something not quite right with it. So you're going to make the right decision anyway. But you enjoy, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.